I'm Tim with ABC Acres in Hamilton, Montana. Here with me this morning is my right-hand man over here, Matt Sargent, and special guest Justin Rhodes of Abundant Permaculture, and this year's The Great American Farm Tour. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
So good here.
Oh, that's
I'm doing so good. How can I not do good in this permaculture paradise?
I appreciate you hearing that, and I guess I should say that we are very pleased and honored that you took the time to be a part of ABC Acres for your farm tour. So thank you so much for that.
It's one of the best, buddy.
So, you know, I wanted our viewers to get an idea for who Justin Rhodes is if they didn't know, and things all started with Abundant Permaculture. Could you tell us a little bit about what that is and how they might be able to get involved with that?
Yeah, Abundant Permaculture is the name of the business. Mainly, it's a blog at this point. I'm the apron-wearing chicken ninja master. I've had 10 years raising chickens, and not only do I raise chickens, I use chickens to basically do all the work. Okay. To prep the garden, spread the compost, spread the mulch, fertilize, even plant the seeds, and then after I move the chickens out and the garden grows, I use the chickens to come in and help with the harvest. Okay. To clear out so that we can clearly see the melons and the squashes and stuff like that, and then for them to eat what we don't eat. So abundantpermaculture.com for everything you need to know about raising chickens.
Okay, and so there's like plans for nest boxes or for for chicken coops and
videos. Yeah, everything you can imagine.
Awesome. All right, so you need to go and check that out.
Is it basically a full apprenticeship to become a chicken ninja master?
Yeah, totally. If you get on there and read every blog post, you would become a chicken ninja master. Only if you did it, though. A lot of people don't do it.
You actually have to
They like to consume the stuff, but what happened? Oh no, you threw that. We'll get you another apple, okay? We'll get you another apple. He threw his apple in the.
It happens.
In the river. There it goes. But we'll get you another one.
But someone's going to catch a trout now, and it's going to be an apple flavored trout. So there's nothing wrong with that, or maybe
finished trout. Yeah.
So under Abundant Permaculture label and business, it morphed from writing articles about chickens to making movies about our daily life of our happy family growing our own food, and then that eventually led to, hey, wait, before we really settle down, before we plant trees and get literal roots in the ground, let's go all over America, introduce our audience to people like you, come to places like this and learn something. We don't agree with 100% everything everybody does, but we learn something from every single body.
And that's the Great American Farm Tour you're speaking about?
Yeah, the Great American Farm Tour on YouTube.
Okay, so what is the channel that people can reach out to that and view that?
Yeah, just go to Google, just go to YouTube and type in Justin Rhodes.
Okay.
Or the Great American Farm Tour, and we'll be the search result.
Is that Rhodes as in highway?
Rhodes is in R-H-O-D-E-S. Good question.
Fantastic. I noticed with some of the video takes you've been doing for your few days here at ABC Acres, I think we're on day 175, 176, somewhere around there. How many days are left? How many days are you doing?
Rebecca is doing all the planning. She's the logistic master. And she's got it down to, we'll be back by January 1st easy, and that's with a break at the end. That's with probably a vacation, from YouTube and from. I mean, a lot of times people think this is a vacation, but this is not. This is logistics. This is travel. This is editing late every night. This is filming every single day. So we will take a vacation before we go home. That's the plan, and maybe even a workcation where it's half vacation, half work, where we really knock out the documentary. We're going to make a documentary of this whole process. Try to dwindle down 300 days into 2.5 hours. That's going to be quite the project.
You say that because you're looking forward to maybe a vacation and off from the video and editing. Because I'll be honest with you, I was taken back a little bit when we first met because you're this charismatic, humorous guy on the camera. But when you got here, it's all business, and I totally get that. So it was nice. I'm glad we got to share the evenings together to kind of just relax.
And I'm glad you accepted me for that. It is who I am. I'm at my most excited when the camera's rolling, but I can't be that way the 100%.
Oh, I get it. I get it. It's all business. I get it. Yeah. When you got your head down. Do you have any questions for Justin off the top of your head?
What's next? After the vacation,
good. Yeah. Oh, after the vacation. Yeah. You're not talking about what's next after this.
Glacier. Tell us about what's going on the next week or so.
Glacier Park. We're driving there today. We're going to do Glacier National Park tomorrow. And Jonah, will you get Mr. Brown his shoes? Thank you. Glacier National Park, and then a meetup, and Missoula, Paul Wheaton, the bad boy of permaculture. Then up north to I like to call him the permaculture shepherd.
Yes.
Dan Oman from the Grass-Fed Homestead.
Fantastic.
Then Washington, the famed Elliott Homestead, bloggers and homesteaders and authors.
Right.
And then to Washington, Seattle, and then flying to Alaska. And I won't bore you with the rest of that detail. But after the tour, we have so many ideas ourselves, but we have also seen so many ideas on the road that we're going to hit the ground running hard. People knew me as the chicken man. That's fine. They can still know me as that. We're going to bring back chickens, of course, in the garden. But I want to make it more systems that can be more teachable so that others can apply it and apply it on their scale. Okay. And then pigs, because we eat bacon or sausage every day.
Yeah.
Pigs, bees. Maybe running some pigs and goats together. I've learned that from you. I've learned that from Spiral Ridge Permaculture out in Tennessee. To begin clearing land, we have 2 to 4 acres that we could turn into pasture.
Fantastic.
And run even more cows. The family milking cow, not just for the milk, but for the loads of manure to create compost. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So.
Very good. That sounds all exciting. I want to shift gears just a little bit. I know that you and Rebecca are homeschoolers, and I wanted to just kind of, if you could shed some insight on what it's like for the children, what along this trek, what things have been along your travels that have been nuances that have really bolstered your homeschooling experience?
I would say we're Rhodes schoolers now at this point, and there is a thing called that. Well, they're getting a lot of somebody asked us, what do you do for homeschool? And they asked that on the video where we were at the Wright brothers.
Okay.
Place. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? What are we doing for homeschooling? We're where the first motorized flight took place. What do you mean? And it gives me chills to even think about it, that we could see that place, how that changed and revolutionized the world. I mean, it's why we have Amazon Prime now, right? The Wright brothers. Well, so we don't just go, but what about the farms for an education? Yes. I mean, if a kid can learn how to plant a seed and save a seed, and protect it through its fruition, and then cook that seed, or hatch chicken eggs. What else do they need to know? But anyway, we do teach them other stuff. We go to the scientific places, we go to historical places, to museums, and in the road we do the traditional bookwork, what we call it. You know, they're doing the math curriculum, and we've got a reading and writing curriculum.
Terrific.
And so do this thing. We spend a lot of time in the buses, so it's a great time for that bookwork stuff.
Awesome, excellent. Boy, just some last points. Anything you throw out at you? Your cat's got your tongue?
Cat's got my tongue, yeah. Cargo's been busy.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Busy watching the kids. I don't want to see that tractor end up in the ditch,
No, absolutely. I guess the last thing I'd ask is, being in Montana, we absolutely love Montana, the mountains, the wildlife. Yeah. We go to friends around here in the valley, and everywhere we go, there's beautiful scenery. Were you surprised by what you saw on the open road as far as seeing America? Anything just jump out at you as like, my goodness, I'm glad we saw that?
Well, the only thing that jumps out at me is maybe some of the unfortunate things that I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of cornfields, miles and miles and miles and miles of cornfields. I'm seeing a lot of overgrazing. So I am happy then when I get to a refuge, a place of hope like this. So, and then I guess the positive side of that is we go to these meetups, and then we'll have 20, 30, 90 people show up to a meetup. And I do wonder, because they say even with the conventional ag, it seems so big. It's actually still only 30% of the world's consumption of food. Yeah. So all the rest of the food comes from small scale farming overseas and things like that aren't as damaging. So that's encouraging. They say we can't handle 10% more. The earth can't handle 10% more. I don't know. But it is, I do wonder, though, visiting all these places, how many more places that we don't know about or don't know about us. And if we could put us all together on these small scales, even if you're having chickens and you never move them and they're out there, at least they're getting sunshine and maybe better grains that you can recognize, and they're not cooped up in this 1 square foot place. If we could combine us all and see our little community, I do wonder how big that would be, and if in some way we might actually be doing a good job competing.
It'll be beautiful. As you said, teaching the children to save seeds, germinate seeds, they are the future, so they're going to carry this torch. And I guess in wrapping it up, you mentioned talking about the meetup. I think we have a Montana meetup coming up here in a few days. When is that exactly?
The 25th.
So that's Friday.
That's 2 days, Friday the 25th, 4 to 6 at
Silver Summit Park.
Silver Summit Park.
Okay, fantastic. Well, if you have other questions questions for Justin, come on down to the meet and greet in a few days. Put them in the comment section below. We'll be sure to get them to them. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Justin.
Sir.
Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. You too.